Welcome to the Dr. Ashley Show. I'm Dr. Ashley, and today I'm going to dive into 10 research-backed morning habits that successful weight loss maintainers use to stay lean, energized, and in control. Have you ever wondered why some people drop weight and keep it off, while others just constantly struggle? I found that the secret might be in what they do during the first hour of their day. So I want to dive in. Now, you're not going to have to spend 3 hours doing breath work in a sauna or doing crazy things. I'm going to make this as simple and easy as possible. Now, if you haven't seen one of my videos or episodes before, I'm Dr. Ashley. I'm the owner and founder of PhD Weight Loss and Nutrition, where to date we have helped over 11,600 people drop more than 476,000 pounds nationwide. And my goal with this channel is to provide you the information you need to successfully create positive change in your own life.
Hey, really quickly, if you're interested in hydrating yourself optimally and want to do it in an efficient and effective way, I created an Electrolyte Plus mix just for that. It's called Dr. Ashley's Electrolyte Plus, creative, I know. And it's crafted with essential electrolytes, vitamins, and minerals for maximum absorption. With patented forms of zinc and vitamin C, it supports immune and adrenal function. Plus, chromium picolinate regulates healthy blood sugar levels while helping to curb those cravings. Say goodbye to headaches and fatigue. Visit drashleywellness.com and use code Ashley10 for 10% off your first purchase or 20% off your first subscription order with free shipping. Plus, enjoy 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, back to the episode.
All right, so let's dive into these 10 morning routines, these 10 habits that you can implement that will hopefully make these healthy habits stick. Now, as I was leaving my exercise class that I take every Sunday, I was thinking about this topic of habits. Our brain likes things that are familiar, right? Familiarity makes our brain really comfortable. In general, our brain doesn't like the unknown. It doesn't like things that are uncertain because that can raise risk, right? It can endanger us when we don't know what's coming up. And so the ultimate goal is to create these healthy habits in a way in which they become super familiar. I was thinking about me and my habits, and back in the day, I was a professional ballet dancer. I'm used to thinking about what to eat to optimally fuel my body, and I've done that for the last 30 plus years. And I've also moved my body almost every single day. It's just a habit. And if I don't exercise every day, it feels unfamiliar. It feels uncomfortable. So what we want to establish these healthy habits in a way where it becomes so familiar that if we don't do it, we feel uncomfortable. Once you do that, you create this new identity and it's just who you are. For me, who I am is a person who thinks constantly about how I'm fueling my body, how a food is going to make me stronger, and I'm a person who moves because it makes me feel good. So the ultimate goal is to get these habits to be as familiar as potentially like waking up and brushing your teeth, making your bed, and getting a cup of coffee, right? I'd like you to take a moment and think about what habit do you have that's so familiar where you feel uncomfortable if you don't do it? Probably making coffee, right? Brushing your teeth, I hope. Maybe making your bed. So when we go through these 10 morning habits, I want you to think of them in this manner. How can I make one or two of these so familiar? And that's how we can establish new habits. That's why consistency always wins. When we are consistent, we can create familiarity, and that's what our brain loves, and it drives us to do the same thing every day. So number one habit that you could implement, and you have to practice over and over and over again, is to start your routine the night before. Weight loss success and maintaining it doesn't start in the morning. It starts the night before. Research shows that planning ahead dramatically increases your chance for sticking to your goals. That's why one of the best things that you can do is just take 5 minutes before bed, reflect on your day, and actually write out your schedule and what you're going to eat for tomorrow. This tiny habit kind of acts as a purge of your brain. Just put all your thoughts on paper, what you're going to do. It reduces stress, it increases follow through, and it sets your entire day for success. For me, I personally write down what I'm going to do at every hour of the day. And sometimes if I've got a new dietary goal, I'll write out what I'm going to be consuming. But again, for me, it's now such a habit, I don't generally have to do that. But I will say my husband writes out what he's going to be eating the next day so he can just check it off, and it allows for some great success for him. Step 2 is to wake up at a consistent time. Your circadian rhythm affects your metabolism, your hunger hormones, your energy levels. If you think about an infant, we put that baby to bed at the same time each night and we get them up at the same morning, especially like if you're sleep training, which I did for my 3 kids, and it was highly effective and helpful to my sanity. But we are the same as adults. People who wake up at the same time every day, especially a little earlier, tend to be more productive. They burn more calories. They feel better throughout the day. So the ultimate goal is to find a time that works and to stick with it, even on the weekends. And this is the hardest bit for me. But even on the weekends, you want to wake up at the same time, which means on the other side of it, you have to go to bed at the same time. This is my biggest challenge. I will come out and say it. And my husband every night is like, Ashley, you need to go to bed. Or else he calls it social jet lag, which like drives me crazy at this point, but he is right. So you want to make sure that you head to bed at a consistent time, preferably before 11 o'clock at night, and wake up at the same time in the morning. Now, I do have 2 tips for you. If you tend to wake up in the middle of the night because you have to go to the bathroom, before you go to bed, if you consume a little bit of salt in your water, it can help your body retain fluids so that you do not have to wake up to urinate. Now, I also have this other tactic that a friend shared with me. You may heard about it, but I have done it for myself when I tend to wake up around like 1 to 3 in the morning, especially if I'm in a stressful time in my life. And I'm going to show you, if you're watching this on YouTube, with my eyes, and I'm going to explain it for those of you listening to this on a podcast platform if you've not heard of this. So what you do is you're going to do this with your eyes closed, but I'm going to show you with my eyes open. So first you're just going to look up, and then you're going to look down, and then you're going to look to the left side, and then you're going to look to the right side. And then you're going to do a full slow circle with your eyes clockwise, and then the same thing counterclockwise, and then you're going to cross your eyes. This feels very awkward doing it. Anyway, you're going to do that slowly in each direction and just keep doing it. And you'll find after like 2 repetitions, you're going to start going back to sleep. It is pretty amazing. Give it a shot. If you give it a shot, let me know in the comments if you are listening to this or if you're watching this on YouTube. I want to hear in the comments if it helped you out. Another very important habit that you want to implement into your morning routine is to get hydrated. In general, we dehydrate through the night. So the first thing that you want to put in your body that touches your mouth should be a big glass of water. Now, you can put a few things in your water if you want. Number 1 could be some lemon. Number 2 could be some salt, mineral salt, Celtic sea salt if you like that, or some electrolytes. You could put some Dr. Ashley Wellness electrolytes in your water and consume that. Make that water a little bit warm. It's helpful to get your liver going and detoxing. I'd say about 16 ounces of warm water with some lemon and some salt or some electrolytes in there is going to be really, really beneficial. Another thing you could add to your morning, and here's where you get to pick and choose, right? It could be doing some breath work. Now, 5 minutes maybe. Again, that box breathing where you breathe in for 4, hold for 4 counts, breathe out, and hold for 4. Just this tiny little ritual can help to reduce stress hormones and can help you feel better throughout the rest of your day. Step 5, and I hope that you take this step to heart and really implement it, is to avoid screens for the first hour upon waking. We know, science shows, and I believe we can feel it, that if we look at our texts and our emails and we start scrolling first thing in the day, it just pounds the body with this cortisol stress reaction. Give your body the gift of having 1 hour where it can just start to ground and get in itself and take a break. Give yourself the gift of starting your day in the most relaxed state possible instead of having to react to everyone else's drama. Step number 6 is also really important, and that is to consume a blood sugar friendly, protein forward first meal of the day. Now, it doesn't matter when you eat your first meal of the day, but what you eat is so important. So instead of going for, what would it be, a cereal or a cereal bar or a protein shake that has a ton of fruit juice and mango and banana in it, you want to focus on a protein forward meal. That could be eggs and bacon. That could be some plain full fat or low fat Greek yogurt with maybe a sprinkling of berries and nuts and seeds. Now, your breakfast, this first meal that you eat in the day, is the most important meal because it dictates what your body and your metabolism does for the rest of the day. So if you feel like breakfast is a challenge for you, I get you. And the first thing that I would recommend is to check out my video where I talk about breakfast and what to eat and when to eat. So if you're listening to this on a podcast platform, come on over to YouTube. And you guys here on YouTube, go into the description and click on that link. Now, if you feel like that's just not enough information and you want to be told exactly what, when, and how much to eat, if you want to take out all the guesswork and just follow a plan, a customized plan that works for your body, then you should check out PhD Weight Loss. If you're listening to this on a podcast platform, just go to myphdweightloss.com. If you are watching this on YouTube, go ahead in the description, click the link for PhD Weight Loss to learn more, and we will help you and you will know exactly what to eat for all meals, not just breakfast. Okay. Next thing that you could add into your morning routine if you have time is to move your body. You don't need a 60-minute workout. It could just be like 5 minutes of movement, stretching, walking. If you could do this and get outside and see the sun, there's something about seeing the sun in the first part of the day that will set your circadian rhythm and actually helps you get to sleep easier later in the day. So if you can, just a few minutes. Here would be the ideal scenario. A few minutes outside, barefoot on the ground, moving your body. Have a plan for what you'll eat. And I kind of talked about this earlier on. Instead of going through the day and writing down what you're eating, which is okay, a step above that is to have what you're going to eat already written down so you go ahead and you just check it off as you go. I promise you, this tiny little tweak is really, really helpful. Next thing is to set clear intentions and goals for the day. Successful weight loss maintainers don't wing it, they plan it. Set 1 to 3 specific goals each day, revisit them in the morning, and it could be as simple as follow the meal plan, get outside, see the sun, avoid screens until 9 a.m. Like make some of these habits your goals and be consistent with them until they become familiar, until they become your new identity. And lastly is to reflect, celebrate, to recommit. Before your day ends, make sure you go through and reflect on what went well, what you're proud of, and what could be better the next day. I call this the 3x3 method. Write down 3 things you're grateful for, 3 wins or 3 things that you're proud of, and 3 ways you could potentially improve tomorrow. This just keeps you connected to your progress and it helps you continue to move forward. It helps you to be consistent, which is the key in creating new habits that last. Now, if you're on YouTube, I want to hear what your morning routine is. What are the habits that you've implemented that have improved your life? And what are the habits that you're just like kind of stuck in? Because remember, you're not alone. Write it down. Be aware. Let us hear. What are the habits that you are just stuck in that you need to shift? And I bet some people in this community, including myself, will give you some tactics and tools to get out of them. I also want to hear, what are these healthy habits that you got that are a part of your identity? Is it moving every day? Is it getting outside? Is it starting your day with some water? What is that? I want you to celebrate your wins. Now, I hope that this episode was helpful to you. If you are listening to this on a podcast platform, please leave a review. I read them and it helps us impact more people. If you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe so that you do not miss another video. And remember, you've got to step up to make the change. Lead with your heart, train your mind, and do not negotiate with your body. I'll see you next time.